first matchup, we have the AnCapistanians against Imma Lose to Kim. And if you haven't figured it out, I'm Kim. We will start out with the score. Of course, I was the winner. Imagine that. And the score was 106.96 points to, unfortunately, well, I'm sorry to say to my friend here, Imma Lose to Kim, only got 84.98 points. Sorry for you, sir. Now we're going to start with Yahoo's take. Faced with a 6.52 point deficit, the AnCapistanians pulled off a 106.96 to 84.98 comeback on Monday night. They were led by D'Angelo Williams, whose 32.10 points were the second highest score by a player this week. While each team failed to hit their projections, sad story, the AnCapistanians scored 96.4% of a projected 110.91 points to get the win. David Johnson led Imma Lose to Kim with 21.20 points, while Eli Manning brought in 19.28 points. The AnCapistanians start the season with a 1-0 record, good enough for 6th place. Imma Lose to Kim opens at 0-1 and in 15th place. Now we're going to go with my take, because come on. You got owned. What an appropriate team name. Some would say it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I would say, no, I'm just that good. Now, second up, we have A Team Has No Name against Jim Bob's Cooters. Gross. All right. So, Yahoo's take. A Team Has No Name got the second highest score of the week and dismantled Jim Bob's Cooters. 138.54 to 93.70. A Team Has No Name piled up 41.8% more points than projected, which was 97.67. Jim Bob's Cooters just fell short of hitting their projections and got 92.5% of their projected 101.26 points. Matthew Stafford led Jim Bob's Cooters with 26.10 points, while Ryan Matthews brought in 13.70. Both teams left points off the scoreboard in this one, as A Team Has No Name started 2 players with 0 points, and Jim Bob's Cooters also served up 1. A Team Has No Name, 1-0, kicks off the campaign in 2nd place, while Jim Bob's Cooters, 0-1, debuts in 13th place. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go with my take now. Let's start out with, you don't mess with a team that has no name. A team who has no name will beat a team who has a dumb name. Like Jim Bob's Cooters. Seriously. Cooter. I mean, why did Jim Bob not change his last name? Your hick name does not help your last name. I mean, your last name sounds odd, so not changing your hick name just doesn't make your last name sound any less twatish. Alright. Now we got In Harambe We Trust and Strippers for Christ. Yahoo's take. Just like Batman and Robin, Ryan Tannehill and Isaiah Crowell were a deadly combo for In Harambe We Trust, leading the way to a 93.64 to 83.12 victory over Strippers for Christ. They put up 15.14 and 14.80 points, respectively. Each team failed to meet expectations, but In Harambe We Trust managed to score 93.1% of a projected 100.56 points for the win. With 31.42 points, Drew Brees wound up producing the 3rd highest score this week. In Harambe We Trust, 1-0, starts the campaign in 8th place, while Strippers for Christ, 0-1, begins in 17th place. Now for Kim's take. While one would imagine that strippers would leave it all on the field, especially in the name of Christ, we just simply could not lose Harambe yet again. It's just too soon. Okay, Mr. Me-Aggie against the Sons of Odin. Yahoo's take. C.J. Anderson logged 27.90 points, an improvement on the projected 9.8 as Mr. Me-Aggie got past the Sons of Odin 118.44 to 111.06. Each team hit their projections, but Mr. Me-Aggie scored 21.1% more than a projected 97.79 points to get the win. Willie Snead led the Sons of Odin with 27.70 points, while Cam Newton racked up 22.16. Mr. Me-Aggie kicks off the campaign with a 1-0 record, good enough for 5th place. The Sons of Odin debuts at 0-1 and in 11th place. Now, my take. While Mr. Me-Aggie is a clever name, that's pretty much the only interesting thing about this matchup. Little Caesar's Legion against Fustercluck. Yahoo's take? Just like Batman and Robin, DeMarco Murray and Ryan Fitzpatrick were a deadly combo for Little Caesar's Legion, leading the way to a 102.96 to 92.42 victory over Fustercluck. You can see how this is going to get interesting to say over and over again. They notched 20.20 and 16.06 points, respectively. Even Pat Benatar would have been proud of how these two teams hit each other with their best shots. That is super cheesy. Both sides met their expectations, but Little Caesar's Legion put up 22.1% more points than projected to earn the win. Julius Thomas led Fustercluck with 14.90 points, while Russell Wilson brought in 12.92. This game tape won't be broken down at upcoming coaching clinics as both sides missed scoring opportunities. Little Caesar's Legion had one starter turn in 0 points, and Fustercluck had 1. Little Caesar's Legion, 1-0, kicks off the campaign in 7th place, while Fustercluck, 0-1, opens in 14th place. Now, my take. You may have won this time, Little Caesars, but you and Jason need to learn that your pizza tastes like the nasty remnants at the bottom of the cardboard box that's been sitting in the trash can for 5 days. Literally the nastiest pizza on the damn planet. That is sold for $5. And it's still a ripoff because it tastes pretty effing nasty. Alright, and Daka Prescott faced off with Liberty Beans. Daka Prescott benefited from 29.02 points from Alex Smith and 28.60 from Antonio Brown, thrashing Liberty Beans 124.12 to 77.46. Daka Prescott played better than expected and put up 21.2% more than their projected 102.43 points, while Liberty Beans failed to meet expectations and scored only 87.2% of a projected 88.86. Liberty Beans was led by the tag team of Matt Ryan with 24.36 points and TJ Yeldon, who scored 14.90. Daka Prescott, 1-0, starts the campaign in 3rd place, while Liberty Beans, 0-1, debuts in 18th place. And, well, my take? Literally anyone can beat someone whose mascot is Gary Johnson. Way to curse yourself to win 0-16 season. Des for Prez took on Atlas Dabbed. Des for Prez picked up the highest point total by a player this week, 35.50 points from Andrew Luck, and trashed Atlas Dabbed, 113 points to 67.94. Atlas Dabbed failed to live up to expectations and scored only 75% of a projected 90.59, while Des for Prez put up 10.2% more points than projected, which was 102.58. For Atlas Dabbed, Marcus Mariota and Dwayne Allen played the roles of Maverick and Goose, scoring 17.74 and 15.30 points respectively. Des for Prez, 1-0, starts off the campaign in 4th place, while Atlas Dabbed, 0-1, opens in last place. And for my take, I would definitely pick Des for Prez in 2016, and Ayn Rand is disappointed this week. Capitalism always wins. Apparently not in fantasy football, though. And when it comes to classy names, we had Nazicake versus Hakuna Yo Tatas. Nazicake has probably been eagerly awaiting all the good news that's coming to them in this recap after they scored the highest score in the league this week and beat Hakuna Yo Tatas 138.74 to 101.70. Each side hit their projections, but Nazicake put up 43.5% more points than projected, which was 96.66, to earn the win. Hakuna Yo Tatas was led by the tag team of Ben Roethlisberger with 22.80 points and Amir Abdullah, who scored 20.50. Nazicake 1-0 starts off the season in first place, while Hakuna Yo Tatas 0-1 opens in 12th place. And my message, Hakuna Yo Tatas, you nasty. The Fighting Mcafees took on Vociferous Ignorance. The Fighting Mcafees took advantage of 18.10 points from Kelvin Benjamin and 15.40 from Dante Moncrief to edge Vociferous Ignorance 88.02 to 84.86. Each team fell short of hitting their projections, but the Fighting Mcafees managed to score 92.7% of a projected 94.99 points for the win. Jordan Matthews led Vociferous Ignorance with 20.90 points, while Melvin Gordon racked up 17.70. The Fighting Mcafees kicks off the campaign with a 1-0 record. Good enough for 9th place. Vociferous Ignorance debuts at 0-1 and in 16th place. As for my take, well, once again, the Fighting Mcafees proved that, just like the antivirus, it just does just enough damage to, well, I guess get the job done. But could do better. And last up, we have kmJongiL's Best Team Ever against PutinHarambe. kmJongiL's Best Team Ever benefited from 23.56 points from Aaron Rodgers and 13.10 from Eric Ebron to get the win over PutinHarambe 83.86 to 74.74. Each team failed to meet expectations, but kmJongiL's Best Team Ever managed to score 89.6% of projected 93.55 points for the win. For PutinHarambe, the Minnesota Vikings defense and Doug Martin played the roles of Maverick and Goose, scoring 21.0 and 12.10 points, respectively. kmJongiL's Best Team Ever, 1-0, kicks off the campaign in 10th place, while PutinHarambe is now 0-1 and debuts in 19th place. And as for my take, like Yahoo, I repeat, each team failed to meet expectations. Nailed it. Coming up for next week's exciting matchups, we will have the AnCapistanians go against the Strippers for Christ. And let's see how that turns out. We have Jim Bob's Disgusting Cooters against Mr. Me-Aggie. Then we have Imma Lose to Kim, get a break from, losing to Kim, to face the Fustercluck. Then we have A Team Has No Name against Daka Prescott. Then we have Little Caesar's Disgusting, Disturbingly Gross, Stale Pizza Legion against Atlas Dabbed, who apparently fails at capitalism. Then we will have Liberty Beans against Nazicake, how fitting. Then we have the Fighting Mcafees going against Harambe We Trust, and I trust more in Harambe than I will ever trust in McAfee Antivirus. kmJongiL's Best Team Ever against the Sons of Odin. Well, you tell me how you want that to go down. Vociferous Ignorance against Dez for Prez, and PutinHarambe against Hakuna Yo Tatas. How disgusting too. Alright, well, stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. Tell me what your predictions are, group. Let me know in the comments. And I will talk to you next week.